All right, let's go, guys. Let's go. It is time, man. 1 hour, just 1 hour till the deadline. Let me get the chat up. Give me one sec. Let me get the chat up. Sign in. All right, cool. Sorry, give me one sec, guys. Just gonna sign into the chat so I can see it. Alright, cool. Alright. We here, man. We are ready. We are ready to go. We are ready to go. I've already done my transfers, I'm not gonna lie. I've already done my transfers. Yeah, I've bought in Salah and 8 Nuri this week, so it's decent. It's decent. I wasn't really planning on bringing Mohamed Salah in this week, but because Bukayo Saka might not play, I thought I might as well just bring the move forward by 1 week. So, yeah. All right, let me just make sure this is all done. All right, cool. Yo, what's good, Anthony? How you doing, man? Hi, bro. Any news on Son, if he will play or not? So the latest update that we've got on Son is that he's unlikely to play. That's what Ange said in his press conference. So if I had Son, I probably wouldn't be expecting him to play this week, if I'm being honest, bro. Yeah, the latest update we've got is that, yeah, Son's got basically, he's feeling sore because obviously he just came back from a hamstring injury. So yeah, he wasn't really fully fit, I guess you could say. So yeah, Ange said that in his latest press conference that, yeah, basically Son's feeling sore and he's unlikely to play on Sunday, I think the game is. So yeah, I mean, you could take him out, but I assume he's only going to miss one game. That's the thing. I assume Son's only going to miss one game. So yeah, it's up to you if you want to sell him, to be fair. Right, cool. Yeah, let me get that. All right. I mean, you could go to... Depends how your team setup is, and it depends how many free transfers you've got, but you could take a gamble on Foden this week. There's not many other people to go to be honest. If you don't have Saka, obviously Saka's probably not going to play, and he's playing against Liverpool anyway. You could go to a Palmer if you don't have Palmer. Or you could take... The safe play is probably to go Cole Palmer for this week, but then the slightly riskier one is to go for Foden. Oh, wow, you sold Saka for Son this week. That is tough. Damn, that is tough. So if you were to sell... How many free transfers did you have, though? That is tough. By the way, if you're in the TikTok stream, I'm streaming on YouTube right now, so make sure you head over to the YouTube live stream. Trey says, good evening, bro. Yo, what's good, Trey? Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're doing good. Aren't you fed up with DCL yet? Booted him this second to last game week was over. No, the last game week was over. For Raul Jimenez to afford Palmer. I'm not gonna lie, I am sick of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm not feeling confident about Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and this guy generally has just got on my nerves. But I will say this. The transfer plans that I have basically means that I can't really move off Dominic Calvert-Lewin yet, right? Because I had to focus on fixing... I had to focus on getting in a player for Bukayo Saka, who was injured, and I wanted to get Mohamed Salah in with only 2 free transfers. So I had to take out Trent and use the remaining money to bring in Mohamed Salah. But I'm not going to lie, yeah, Dominic Calvert-Lewin he's definitely on extreme fraud watch. Like, this guy has been stinking up the place week after week after week. And like I said, if I can go back in time, I definitely would not have put Calvert-Lewin in. I wouldn't have done it. But I feel like I'm just kind of stuck with him till at least the Southampton game, I think. I think I'll take him out after Southampton. But yeah. Should I triple captain Haaland? I mean, it's totally up to you, bro. It's definitely... I'm not going to do it this week, but it's a good week to do it. It's a good week to do it. So if you want to do it, yes. But for me, I'm not going to do it this week. But like I said... it's not a bad... It's definitely a good week to do it, but I just feel like I'd prefer to save mine for a double game week, if I'm being honest. I feel like I'd rather have a triple captain used in a double game week instead of a single game week. Plus, there's no Kevin De Bruyne as well, no Rodri. You know, I know it's against Southampton at home, but City are missing a lot of players. I just feel like I'd rather use it in a double game week where, you know, possibly Kevin De Bruyne is fit. And I always just prefer using triple captains in double game weeks anyway. So, yeah. Foden won't start. I mean, I don't know, man. It's Pep. It's Pep. It's Pep. I literally don't know. I don't know. But look, if he does start, then I really do like the Foden pick. I really do like the Foden pick if he does start this week. And Johnson or Smith Rowe. Ooh. I think probably Brennan Johnson for the next few game weeks is probably better than Smith Rowe, yeah. Captain and Palmer this week. I don't know about Cole Palmer captain this week, you know. I'm going to be honest. I think he will probably get a return, but Newcastle are definitely, you know, worse than what they were in previous seasons, right? But I just feel like this game doesn't scream a lot of goals for Chelsea. I feel like they'll probably score 2 goals max, especially with the way Newcastle play against sort of the top 6 sides. Will they? I'm pretty sure against City they even played a 5 at the back formation. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure about Cole Palmer this week as a captain. He may get a return, but I just feel like, is he going to get 2 or more returns in a game like this? I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure. If you've got someone, if you don't have Haaland, but you've got like a Ollie Watkins in your team, I'd rather go for Ollie Watkins captain instead of Cole Palmer. I think this week, probably that's what I would do. But yeah, thinking about Captain Mbeumo, what do we think? I actually like it, man. I said it in my team selection video. Look, if you don't have Haaland, I'll say this. If you got Haaland, you just do Haaland for me. It's that simple. I think this week Haaland's got too much of a good fixture to sort of take that risk and gamble on it. But if you don't have Haaland, I would definitely be considering Bryan Mbeumo, man. Definitely. I think Ipswich at home is a really, really good fixture. And we know what Mbeumo can do. He's very, very reliable. So, yeah, I think it's a good shout. Definitely. I think it's a good shout. Definitely. Please put Mikalenko in, mate. I'm not sure, man. I've got Smith Rowe, so I don't really want to put Mikalenko in the team, if I'm being honest. Because then I've got my attacker playing against my defender, which isn't ideal. And I've already got it happening with Salah and Raya as well. So I think I'm just going to leave Mikalenko on the bench, unfortunately. I feel like if Bukayo Saka doesn't start, right? If Bukayo Saka doesn't start, I will say this. I do think Liverpool have a decent chance of a clean sheet, man. I watched Arsenal in the Champions League midweek against Shakhtar without Bukayo Saka, without Odegaard, and they look poor going forward, man. They look poor going forward, and we've seen what Liverpool can do defensively this season. Definitely one of the best defensive teams in Europe with some of the best defensive numbers. I actually think Liverpool could get a clean sheet this week. I really, really do. So yeah, man, I think it's not bad. It's not bad for Liverpool defense this week. Flecken, Lewis, Aina, Van der Ven, Salah, Palmer, Rodgers, and Mbeumo, Haaland, Wood, Jimenez. Rate out of 10. I like Jimenez. I like Wood. I like Haaland. And Mbeumo, Rodgers, Palmer, Salah. Solid, man. Van der Ven. Hey, that's a good team, Cameron. I like that team a lot. Especially moving forward. Having that Haaland, Salah, Palmer trio. That's exactly what I'm working towards, man. That's exactly where I want to be by game week 12. I'll have all 3 of those players. And I'll just leave them in my team throughout the whole season. Unless they get injured. But I like that 3, man. But yeah, that's a good team, Cameron, man. I like it a lot. I definitely like that a lot. By the way, TikTok, if you're in the TikTok chat, then head over to the YouTube live stream. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube. Make sure you guys smash a like on the stream as well if you haven't already. Hey, man, thoughts on Foden triple captain? Wow, you have a pair of balls on you. I'll tell you that for free. Foden triple captain is mad. I've got Solanke, Haaland, and Mbeumo, Palmer, Porro, Gabriel, DCL, and Rodgers. Foden triple captain. I'm not going to lie. If Foden had been sort of a guaranteed starter in the last few game weeks, then I would say I'm not against it. I'd say go for it. But we just don't know what Pep's going to do. I think, yes, there's probably a strong chance that Foden does start. But do we know that for sure? No, we don't. I just think it's too much of a risk. It's too much of a risk, man. I was actually thinking of putting the captain's armband on Foden. A part of me did want to do that because it is a differential captain pick. But I just think it's not, I don't think it's smart. I don't think it's a smart calculated risk to do that because 1, we don't know he's going to start. And 2, I just think Haaland in this game, man, I think he's just the one. Especially because a lot of people will be using the triple captain on Haaland. If you just, yeah, I don't know, man. For me, It's too risky. It's too risky doing Foden this week. It's too risky because again we don't know if he's gonna start, man. But yeah, going without Haaland from next week onwards, getting Salah, which gives me Saka, Palmer, Salah, and willing to take the risk and potential pain. That's interesting, man. I can't lie, that's interesting. I don't know about going without Haaland, man. I'm happy that I've got Haaland and Salah because you look at these next three, you look at these games, right? So you would get rid of him for Bournemouth, Brighton. I really think Bournemouth and Brighton are good games for Haaland, man. Especially this Brighton one. Guys, I'll say this. I actually think Brighton, their defence isn't good. I've watched Brighton a lot this season and I'm not really a big fan of their defence. I think their defence is pretty weak and I actually consider them as one of the teams to target, right? So if you've got an attacker against Brighton, I think, you're in a good position. So I think Haaland in this game, Brighton away from home, is a really, really good fixture. And I think he's a really good, strong captain option this week. So I do feel like if you're taking out Haaland for these two games, you could suffer a little bit. I'm going to be honest. That is my honest opinion on taking out Haaland. But if you take out Haaland in game week 12, then it makes a bit more sense, because you've got Spurs, Liverpool, Forest are good defensively. Palace are terrible. Man United are terrible. Villa is tough. But it makes more sense to get rid of Haaland in game week 12 as opposed to game week 10. That's my opinion on that. But yeah. Foden starts. It's being confirmed by me. Hey, I hope you're right, man. That's all I have to say. I hope you're right. I generally think, look, as much as I am scared about Foden possibly being benched, if he does start, I genuinely think this guy is going to be the best differential this week. And he could do a madness, man. He could genuinely explode. Southampton at home is a good fixture for him. It really is. But we just don't know what Pep's going to do. I was confident in a Foden start last week. I really thought that Foden would start last week. And he got benched. So, as I said, man, I don't know. Foden has been crap. I had him versus Wolves. He did. Yeah, Foden has been bad. But Foden's been bad because he's not been starting, man. I mean, if he starts, he's a good asset. It's just Pep, man. And the thing is, City have so many injuries. City have got so many injuries. So it does make sense for Foden to start this week, but you just never know. But Grealish is out. Doku is out. So he should start. Realistically, he should start. But if he does start, I do hope he starts in a more central role as opposed to out wide. Because I think centrally, that's where you can hurt teams. In those half spaces, in those pockets, that's where Foden can teams. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. My team as it stands: Sells, Lewis, Porro, Konza, Foden, Son, Mbeumo, Rogers, DCL, Haaland, Raul, Haaland, bench, Fabianski, Smith Rowe. Bench is Smith Rowe this week. Interesting. I mean, I do think Son won't play, so you'll probably get Smith Rowe off the bench first sub. But that's a pretty solid team this week. I like it. I think Porro's a good pick this week. Crystal Palace, really, really poor defensively. I mean, going forward, sorry. Palace are... They look so much worse without Elise. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Palace going forward are terrible. So I think Porro's a good pick for this week for sure. I expect Tottenham to get a clean sheet, to be honest. Yes, Ryan, Watkins and Brennan or Foden and Garnacho. Oh my. See, for this week, that's tough. That's tough, The thing is, Aston Villa, man, they've got tough. They really do have tough fixtures. Aston Villa, after the Bournemouth game, they got Spurs away, which maybe isn't too bad for an attacker, but it's not really ideal to be playing away from home to Spurs. But then you got Liverpool away. I actually think that's pretty tough. Then Palace at home, then Chelsea away. It's like the next 5 games for Aston Villa are not sort of ideal, right? They're not ideal, but I don't know if this is the time to bring in Ollie Watkins, man. So I think I'm gonna say Foden and Garnacho, man. I think I'm going to say Foden and Garnacho, but then Foden's he's such a risk. Like, he might start this week, but then will he start next week? We don't know. I mean, the safer pick is definitely Watkins and Brennan because they're going to start week in, week out. But the riskier side, but higher upside pick is definitely Foden and Garnacho. I think I'm leaning towards Foden and Garnacho for like the next 5 game weeks because Garnacho as well, his fixtures, especially from game week 11 to 13 are really, really good, man. Leicester at home, Ipswich away, and Everton at home is really, really nice. West Ham away is, for me, in my opinion, I don't think that's the best fixture to bring him in. I know West Ham have been poor, but Man United are just really dodgy, man. I think these are the best 3 games for Man United. These 2 are going to be tough for United, but if I had to pick, I'd go for Garnacho and Foden, man. I think a combination of those two players will be better for the next few game weeks. Yo, Ryan, I have no audio right now because I'm out for dinner, but if it's okay, I can send you my team on Twitter. I made 4 transfers. Yeah, cool. I'll have a look at it in a second. Why didn't Haaland score last 3 games? Hey, don't ask me, ask Haaland, man. I have no idea. I have no idea why Haaland didn't score last 3 games. But no, honestly, I think, look, City are struggling because teams are literally just sitting so deep, right? They're camping on the edge of their box. And you've literally got the City players, like City centre-backs, collecting the ball on the edge of the penalty box, right? And City are just going from side to side to side to side to side. There's no penetration. I don't know why Pep's not starting Foden, because Foden would work well in those sort of games where teams are literally parking the bus against City. There's no De Bruyne to sort of break the lines and put those good threaded crosses into the box. So I just feel like with City's playstyle and the way teams are playing against them, they're struggling to really find Haaland, right? Because, like I said, they keep just passing side to side on the edge of their box and there's no penetration. So that's why, in my opinion, Haaland is struggling. But I think, look, Southampton aren't good enough to hold out Haaland and to hold out City. So I think they'll create enough chances for Haaland. But, yeah, man, they need to be starting Foden for me. I think starting Foden gives something, gives teams something else to think about, right? Because at the moment, there's no really worry apart from Haaland. I mean, Gundogan's washed, in my opinion. I don't think Gundogan's been great for City since he's come back. Bernardo Silva's been good, but in these sort of games, man, you need a Foden or a De Bruyne or a Rodri, because Rodri can bang one from the edge of the box, but obviously Rodri's injured now. So teams literally just parking on the edge of the box, saying we don't need to worry because the key players are missing for City, man. De Bruyne and Foden and Rodri. But look, if Pep starts Foden, then I think it's going to look a lot better for Haaland and Man City. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Yo, Velishko, what's good, bro? Hope you're doing well, man. Top 10 Travel says, Ryan, my brother, I skipped all the boys' live stream to watch yours. Hey, big ups to you, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. What do you think about my team? 159k. I transferred Gabriel out to Lewis. Fairs, I like it, man. I'm a little bit scared, though, about Lewis, man. I can't lie, I'm a bit scared about Lewis. Like, he's played a lot of football, and there's a midweek game against Spurs, and I'm just wondering, is Pep Guardiola going to bench Rico Lewis? Like, he's played 90 minutes quite a bit. He's played a lot of football. I hope he does start, though, but I think Rico Lewis will get benched in one of these next 3 games for sure. I think he will get benched, which actually is a bit of a problem. Hopefully it's not this week, because Southampton at home is a good fixture, but yeah. Hopefully he does start. But if he does start, then I like Rico Lewis as a pick this week. I said it last time, I say it again. Salah is the best big game player in the Premier League. You did say that before the Chelsea game. Fair play, man. And he got 1 goal, 1 assist in that game. So fairs. Who should I start between Dunk, Adama, Saka, Trent? I would need to bench 2. So how many players is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need to bench 2 of those 4 players. I would be benching Adama and... I'd bench Adama and... Oh, that's hard, man. I'd bench Adama and... Oh, my lord. I don't rate the... I start Trent and start... I'd say start Trent and start Saka, but I don't know if Saka plays, man. That's really tough. I guess you just start... You know what? I guess you just start Saka and Dunk. Start Saka and Dunk and put Trent first sub. Because I'll tell you what, if Saka doesn't play, I actually think Liverpool have a really good chance for a clean sheet. So, yeah, I say start Dunk, start Saka, put Trent first sub, and yeah, I'm not really sure about Adama this week, to be honest. So, yeah, I'd put him like second on the bench. Triple captain Mbeumo, nah, not for me. If you're going to triple captain this week, I'd use it on Haaland. But if not, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother this week. I don't know about triple captain and Mbeumo. Look, if you want to do it, then by all means, be my guest. But I'm just giving you what my opinion and what I would do. I personally wouldn't do it this week. But it's not a bad week to do it. And Mbeumo is reliable. Ipswich at home is a good fixture. But yeah, man, I don't know if I would do that, man. I don't know if I would do that. I switched Saka for Foden this game, bro. I will support you with this one. Again, if we fail together, my G. Hey, listen. Welcome to the Foden train, man. Welcome to the Foden train. This is the week, man. This has to be the week. I'm going to be honest. This has to be the week where Foden bangs. So hopefully he does. Hopefully he does, man. Phil Foden. He has to do it this week now, man. Surely. Have a headache. Bench Kulu, Rodgers, or Raul Jimenez. Already own Watkins as a Villa asset. Oh, I wouldn't bench Rodgers. I think Villa this week are going to destroy Bournemouth. I think it's a really good fixture for Villa on paper. I would not bench Rodgers, even if you've got Watkins. I think the Watkins-Rodgers double up this week could feast. And I'm scared for my rank because I don't own any Villa players. I don't own Rodgers, I don't own Watkins. And I think those two can do a lot of damage in that game. So yeah, I wouldn't bench Rodgers. Kulusevski against Palace away. Raul Jimenez. I think Raul Jimenez is in just such good form playing against Everton, possibly without Brantthwaite. I think you bench Kulusevski, man. That's hard. I think you bench Kulusevski though. I think you start Raul Jimenez against Everton, man. He's just in such good form, bro. He's in such good form. I feel like you bench bench Kulusevski. That's what I would do anyway. I could be wrong. Of course, you guys already know. I will say this all the time. I am not an expert. I'm just a guy that likes waffling about FPL. But I think I'll bench Kulusevski, man. I think I'll bench Kulusevski. Who should I captain between Mbeumo, Palmer, Salah, and Watkins? I would go. Also, obviously no Haaland this week. Definitely not Salah. I would go Watkins, man. I'd actually go Watkins or Bryan Mbeumo. I wouldn't do Palmer this week. I just think Newcastle against top 6 sides, they really do like to set up defensively. And I don't see a lot of goals for Chelsea in this game against Newcastle. I think my score prediction is probably 2-1 to Chelsea. So, and my score prediction here is probably about, I think Villa score 3+ goals against Bournemouth. So I think Watkins is the one. He got a rest as well. He didn't play midweek in the Champions League. Well, he did, but he didn't start. So he got a nice, decent rest. I think Watkins, man. I do think Watkins personally. I think Watkins against Bournemouth is really, really nice. Yeah, he has to score a brace this game. I love him so much. He's an amazing player, but Pep Roulette though. Yeah, exactly, man. I rate Foden as well, man. That's why I've been singing his praises so much. You guys know I've been singing his praises so much. I've suffered a lot, but yeah, I've been, bigging up Foden, saying everyone to go get him. But the Pep Roulette, man, has absolutely destroyed this man. Absolutely destroyed this man. But I do think because City have got even more injuries, Doku out, Grealish out, the more and more I think about it, Foden surely has to play, right? Surely. Yeah, surely. Pokemon says, would you start Semenyo or Gabriel this week? Would I start Semenyo or Gabriel this week? I would... Oh, that's tough. I think I would start Semenyo, man. I think I would start Semenyo. Take the gamble on the attacker. Man. I think you start Semenyo. I do think you start Semenyo. As much as I think Villa will win, I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth do score. And I don't know, man. Arsenal with their injuries, right? No Calafiori, potentially no Saka, no Odegaard. Will Timber play? I don't know, man. I think Liverpool could get a goal, man. I'd take the gamble on Semenyo, man. I would take the gamble on Semenyo for me. Foden coming good this week for sure. It's due. Hey, listen, I hope you're right, man. I feel like I've been saying that for a while, right? So Foden, like I said, bro, Foden has broken me. I'm a broken man. I've suffered a lot by picking Foden the last... Is this 3 game weeks now? The last two game weeks I think I've had Foden for since the Newcastle game. So yeah, I've suffered for the last 3 game weeks, man. So Foden, all my confidence in Foden is gone, right? I'm a broken man. It's as simple as that. So I'm not really confident. But surely he has to come good. But look, I'm trying not to get too hopeful because like I said, the guy's broken me, man. So look, we'll see what happens. But my expectations are rock bottom. My confidence is rock bottom. I'm just waiting for tomorrow. We'll see what happens then. But yeah. Cool. So is Digne a good Is Digne good for this week? I think he's an alright option because he's got attack and threat, but I do feel like Bournemouth could get a goal. But yeah, look, if you've got Digne in your team, this in a week like this where Liverpool are playing Arsenal are playing Liverpool, yeah, starting Digne isn't the worst idea. Like, if it's a question of starting Digne over like a Gabriel, it's tough. But again, you could take the risk. It is tough though, man. It's really, really tough. It's weird because in the one hand, I could see Liverpool or Arsenal getting a clean sheet, but on the other hand, I could see both teams conceding. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one to predict. I feel like for me, yeah, because there's no Saka, because there's no potentially no Saka, and because there's no Odegaard and no Calafiori, I feel like Arsenal might play a bit reserved. So if they play a bit more reserved, then there is more of a chance of a clean sheet. Whereas if they had Odegaard, Saka and everyone fit, they're going to go for the game a bit more, and it could leave them a bit more exposed on the transition. But because there's a lot of attacking players missing, I'm thinking, maybe Arsenal sort of sit deep, let Liverpool have the ball and look to hit them on the break. And if they do set up like that, then there's a good chance they could get a clean sheet. But the problem is I don't know if Saka's going to play or not. And that's why I just don't know what to expect from this game. Is really what I got to say. It's really tough. It's really tough. Start one and bench one. Gabriel Robinson. Robinson away to Fulham. I would bench Robinson. I'm not gonna lie. I got a feeling Everton score at home, man. I really do have a feeling Everton score. I would bench Robinson. What do you think about going? What do you think about going without Haaland for this week, for a couple of weeks, especially if he blanks this week? After this week. So for me, my opinion on getting rid of Haaland after this week is I don't think it's a good idea yet. I think you should ideally keep Haaland until game week 11. And then maybe game week 12, that could be the week where you get rid. But for me, like I said it earlier in the stream, I don't rate Brighton's defence and I don't rate Bournemouth's defence. So I think these are two really good fixtures for Haaland. So I think going without him, you could suffer a lot. You might make up the points in other players, but I just think like Haaland against Brighton away is a really, really good captain option. And same goes for Bournemouth away. So for me, I wouldn't be looking to get rid of him. I really, really wouldn't. Even if he blanks, right? Even if he blanks, I don't think I'll get rid of him. But look, Haaland's not blanking against Southampton. I can tell you that for free. He is not blanking against Southampton. But yeah, like I said, man, I think these two fixtures, Bournemouth and Brighton, are too good. So if you're going to get rid of Haaland, ideally, game week 12 is the week, in my opinion. Yeah, that is my opinion. Konza or Mikalenko to start? I would start... if I had to choose, I would start Konza. I would start Konza if I had to choose. Whoa. The hell? Saka to Foden for free, or Saka to Palmer and Trent to Gavardia for a -4 wildcard game week 12. Saka to Foden for free, or Saka to Palmer and Trent to Gavardia. I would go Saka to Palmer and Trent to Gavardia for a -4. See, I don't think it's worth the -4. So I think I would do Saka to Foden for free. I think I'd do Saka to Foden for free because I don't think it's worth a -4 personally. Yeah, I don't think it's worth a -4. Should I start Murillo? It depends. Who else have you got in your defence, bro? I mean, Leicester away is a good fixture on paper. Nottingham Forest a really solid defence, so I would definitely be looking to start him. But of course, it depends on the other players that you've got. I bought in Wissa. Hey, that's not bad, bro. That's actually not bad. Ipswich at home is a good fixture. Right, Digne over Dunk. Yes, Digne over Dunk for me. Yes, I feel like Wolves are a better team going forward than Bournemouth. So I think Wolves are more likely to score. And yeah, Wolves are more likely to score for me. And Brighton defensively are really, really poor, man. So yeah, I'd go Digne over Dunk. Village Coast says, do I play EFC 25? Yeah, I do, bro. Yeah, I do. I do, man. Do you play it? My team's looking decent right now on FIFA as well. But yeah, man, I do play EFC. Cunha or Strand Larson? Depends what your team is like, but I think I prefer Strand Larson because he's cheaper as well. I feel like, you could go for Strand Larsen, then use the extra 1 million in a different position. So I think I prefer Strand Larsen. But yeah, I might go play Foot Champs after this live stream, to be fair. Yeah, but EAFC 25. Triple captain Haaland this week. Not a bad shout. But I'm saving it for a double game week, man. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna save it for a double game week. It's a good week, Southampton at home, but for me, I always prefer using my triple captains in double game weeks, if I'm honest. So yeah. Because as well, in a double game week, right, all Haaland really has to do is score 1 goal in each game. If Haaland scores 1 goal in each game in a double game week, he probably does equal the amount of points that he would score a hat-trick in a single game week. And that's purely because of, the potential bonus points in a double game week in both games, and also just the appearance points as well. So, yeah, man, I just prefer double game weeks for triple captain. I prefer double game weeks, man. Great, bro. Yeah, I play it, unfortunately. Yeah, literally, bro. Unfortunately is real, because I'm not gonna lie, EAFC 25, that game stinks. It makes me rage a lot, man. I'm trying to start playing it less, bro, because that game just triggers me too much. Genuinely, that game is so frustrating. So frustrating. So yeah. Thoughts on Buonanotte? You know what? As a cheap 5 million option, I don't mind him, man. I don't mind him. But what are the fixtures for Leicester? This is not an ideal week to bring in Buonanotte. I think Nottingham Forest is a tough game. Ipswich away is good, but then United away, Chelsea at home, Brentford away. I mean, if you can rotate him in and out of your team, then I don't mind it. But if I'm being honest, if you don't have Rodgers in your team, I'd be looking to get Rodgers instead of someone like Buonanotte. I know Rodgers is 5.4 million, but I still think it's worth the extra 0.4 million getting him Rodgers ahead of Buonanotte. But I actually do like Buonanotte, man. He's got a lot of returns. Like his games to returns ratio is actually really, really good. So yeah, I think if you're in a situation where you could sort of rotate him in and out of the team, so you can start him in his good games and bench him in his bad games, then yeah, I like him as an option, man. I don't think it's too bad at all. I have PS4 still, so if you have, we can co-op. Yeah, I don't mind, bro. I don't mind when I do play. But yeah, as I said, I've tried to stop playing as much as I do recently because that game is too annoying. But yeah, is it normal to bench Tier and play Konza, Mikalenko and Gvardiol? Bench Tier, play... Yeah, that's fair, man. I think that's fair. I think benching Tier for Konza, Mikalenko and Gvardiol is fair. But I'm not going to lie. I would start TAA and bench Mikalenko. I'm not going to lie. I think I would do that. I just feel like Fulham are going to score against Everton. That's my gut feeling. My gut feeling is that Fulham will score against Everton. But yeah, we'll see. Akeem said, who is on your fraud watch list this week? Lol, love your videos, man. Hey, appreciate it, Akeem. Big ups to you, man. I'm not going to lie. My fraud watch list is it's looking pretty big this week. We've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin. This guy's on extreme fraud watch. Not gonna lie, he would definitely be out the team if I had enough transfers to do it. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin, my god, this guy, he is on extreme fraud watch, bro. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We've also got Dominic Solanke, another one on extreme fraud watch. Tottenham scored 4 goals in the last game against West Ham, and this man done absolutely nothing. Now he has to repay me. Now he has to get some goals. Crystal Palace away from home. 2 o'clock on a Sunday. Dominic Solanke, you must. I'm saying it right now. You must. Because last week was an absolute disgrace, bro. 4 goals for Tottenham and no goal involvements for Solanke is a generational stinker. So the 2 Dominics, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Dominic Solanke, are on the fraud watch list. Who else have we got? Erling Haaland, that's another one. In fact, my entire front 3 is on fraud watch this week. Erling Haaland, bro. This man, 3 games, no returns. He failed to deliver against Wolves away from home. This is another man that is on extreme fraud watch. And I'm telling you now, Erling Haaland, look, as much as he is on a fraud watch, I expect him to deliver this week. So I'm not going to go in on Haaland too much because I have a feeling that he's going to score 2 or 3 goals, right? So let me just say that. But still, nonetheless, for his poor performances over the last 3 game weeks, he's on fraud watch. Who else in his team was on fraud watch? You know what? I'm going to leave everyone else for now. It's just this front 3. Foden, it's not your fault, right? Foden, it's not your fault. I blame Pep. I blame Pep for Foden. Mohamed Salah, I just transferred him in, so whatever. And Mbeumo, he's alright, man. He's good. Smith Rowe, I just transferred him in like last week, so he's alright. Konate's been good for me. Just transferred in Nate Nuri. In fact, no, I can't lie. Rico Lewis, he's on fraud watch, man. Rico Lewis. Bro, how did I forget about Rico Lewis? This man is on fraud watch, bro. I can't even lie. How many games has it been where City have conceded and not got a clean sheet? Bro, I've had Rico Lewis in my team since I wildcarded, I think. No, Rico Lewis, my guy, you are an extreme fraud watch, bro. How can I forget about you? Hey, you better get a clean sheet this week. That's what I'm going to say. Rico Lewis, you must. It's simple as that. Rico Lewis, you must. Southampton at home. You can't get a better fixture than that. I'm expecting a clean sheet. I'm expecting some attacking returns. Serious questions need to be asked on Man City's defence, bro. How can I forget about that? Seriously, man. So, yeah, we got a lot of players on fraud watch this week. That's 4 players, bro. Rico Lewis, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Dominic Solanke, and Erling Haaland. Those 4 players, man. I'm watching closely. That's what I'm going to say, bro. I'm watching closely. Oh my days, and Raya. You know, actually, no, I'm going to allow Raya. I'm going to cut Raya some slack, and I'll tell you why. Because I think the red cards, the red cards have hurt Arsenal recently. Like, I actually think they would have got a clean sheet if Saliba didn't get sent off. So I'll allow Raya for that. But, of course, he did concede against Southampton and Leicester and then City. But, as I said, I actually do think, you know, Raya would have got a clean sheet against Bournemouth. So I'll allow Raya this week. Because yeah, just Arsenal they keep getting too many red cards, man. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to allow Raya. I'm going to allow Raya. But, yeah, man, a lot of players on fraud watch this week. I can't lie. Did I triple captain? No, I'm not using a triple captain this week, man. I'm going to save it for a double game week. Where's the clean sheets? Feel bad for people that have double Arsenal defence. Yeah, it's true, man. It's true. I mean, this week, I'm not going to lie. I'll say this, guys, right? I'm not really feeling too confident this week about my team. Like, I had to bring in Salah this week because I don't think Saka will play. I think Nate Nuri will probably concede because I think Brighton are bad defensively, but going forward, I think Brighton are really, really good. So I think Nate Nuri concedes. I think Salah potentially could blank. I'm not sure, but potentially could blank. Raya, Konate, again, I'm not sure. They could get a clean sheet. They might not, but either way, like, if Raya gets a clean sheet, it means that Salah's blanked. So if Salah scores, it means that Raya is blank. So, yeah, I can't really win there. Rico Lewis, although he's on fraud watch, I'm expecting a clean sheet, so I'm confident there. I'm not really too confident on Smith Rowe, I guess. Mbeumo, I'm confident. Foden, if he starts, I'm confident. Haaland, I'm confident. Solanke, not too confident. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, not too confident. I don't know, man. I just feel like nothing's been going my way this season. So, to summarise it, I'm not really feeling too confident. I'll be honest. But, yeah, it's not the same City anymore, bro. They now have some real competition. So, yeah, it's not that easy as it was previous years. I think that the injuries are hurting City a lot, man. I think the injuries are hurting City a lot. No Rodri, and no De Bruyne, and for some reason Pep not starting Foden. I think a fully fit City team will see a lot of better performances for sure. I have Gabriel, Van den Berg, Murillo, Trent, and Konate as my defenders. That's solid. That's solid, man. Van den Berg against Ipswich, Murillo against I think away to Leicester, and then yeah, Trent and Konate. Trent and Konate is a bit risky though. Trent and Konate is a bit risky. I mean, who are you starting? Out of those players though? I'm guessing you're going to start Van den Berg, Murillo, and one of Gabriel, Trent, and Konate. I mean, if I had those defenders, I'd probably start Murillo, Trent, and Van den Berg. To be honest, this week, if I had those defenders to choose from. By the way, TikTok chat, if you're on a live stream, I'm streaming on my YouTube channel, FPL Ryan on YouTube. So yeah, make sure you head over to that to the live stream on YouTube. Semenyo or McNeil? I prefer McNeil, bro. I prefer McNeil. I think McNeil's a much better pick now that he's playing in the number 10 role, man. Him playing in that number 10 role suits him a lot more than playing out wide on the left. So yeah, I think he's a better pick now that he's playing in the number 10. Maddison to Johnson. I have 2 free transfers. No, I wouldn't really waste. I don't think I would waste a transfer going from Maddison to Johnson. I think if you got Maddison, you just keep him. I don't think it's worth a transfer going from Maddison to Johnson. Unless it is to free up money for a move elsewhere, then fair enough. But if it's literally just Maddison to Johnson and that's it, then I feel like it's a pretty sideways move. I don't think you'd gain much from that. Because I do think Maddison is still a good pick in that Tottenham team. I'm going to start Flecken, Konate, FaZe, Gabriel, Mbeumo, Adama, Foden, McNeil, Palmer, Ryle, Haaland, captain. Strong team, man. Solid team. Flecken against Ipswich. Wout FaZe, to be fair, not enough for a so good defence, but I don't like them going forward. So Wout FaZe potentially could get a clean sheet. Potentially. But yeah, looks like a pretty solid team though. I have to go now, bro. Have a good weekend. Hope you win some games in Foot Champs and get 100 in FPL. Hey, big up to you, Village Co. I hope I'm saying your name right. Let me know if I said it wrong. But yeah, big ups to you, man. Much love, bro. Enjoy the rest of your evening, man. So yeah, do you think Saka either starts or he won't even be in the squad? I think Saka doesn't start. That's my honest opinion, which is why I took him out. But that's just my opinion. Like, that's not a fact. He could start. I don't know. But I just think be prepared for him not to start. That's what I will say. Make sure you got a decent first sub. And if you don't have a decent first sub, then I'd just get rid. So yeah, that's my opinion on Bukayo Saka. Do I think Wilbert will play? Nah, I don't think he will. But again, I could be wrong. Like, guys, when you ask me these questions about players that will play, when the managers aren't really given too much away, it's hard for me to know. And I listened to the press conference from the Brighton manager. Wilbeck did train. He did train, which is positive. But he said, again, he's not going to rush any players back from injury. So based off that, you'd assume that he's not going to play. But again, it's not for sure. I don't know what Hurstler's going to do. Yeah, I don't know what Hurstler's going to do. Yeah, that's why I prefer FaZe versus Nottingham Forest instead of Robinson versus Fulham. And start Konza or Brentford defender. I've got Van den Berg. I would start Van den Berg, to be fair. I would start Van den Berg. Is there a way we can send you our team and you can give us an honest review on it and your opinion on stream? Yes, we can. That is through Instagram, but I'm not logged into my Instagram right now because for some reason it won't let me log in through my computer. So I'm gonna have to get that sorted quick in time for next stream. But I'll try to get that sorted, and then next stream, so next week, you can send me your teams on Instagram, and then I can show them on the live stream and rate them. But yeah, from next week I'll try to get that sorted. But yeah, for now you can just put your teams in the chat. And yeah, that's all good. Any Gibbs White news? Not that I've seen. No, not that I've seen. I've not seen much on Gibbs White, to be fair. I'm gonna check Twitter. I'm gonna check Twitter. I'm gonna check Twitter because there should be something on Twitter in regards to Gibbs White and Nottingham Forest because they are playing the early kickoff. But yeah, there's not much that I can see, to be fair. See, I've seen that Fatu, Buonanotte and Mavididi are starting for Leicester. I've not seen anything on Forest. I actually do think Fatu, man, he came on and looked really, really good against who did they play? Southampton. He came on and changed the game for Leicester, man. I think if he gets consistent starts, he could be a pretty decent cheap option to rotate in and out of your team. Sebwa says, cheers mate, good stream. Hey, appreciate it, bro, man. Thank you very much for the support. Make sure to subscribe, by the way. Guys, if you're in a YouTube chat and you are new to the channel, make sure you do hit that subscribe button and like the stream as well if you haven't already. I appreciate the support, man. I appreciate the support. Best Havertz replacements. If you're looking to take out Havertz, I'd be going straight to Wolves, man. I'd be looking at Strand Larsen or Mateus Cunha for me. The fixtures that they have, Wolves, it's just so strong. So strong, man. Brighton away, good fixture for an attacker. Crystal Palace, great fixture. Crystal Palace stink. I'm going to be honest, they stink. They're so poor. Southampton at home, and again, really, really good fixture. Fulham away, good fixture. Bournemouth, good fixture. Everton, West Ham, Ipswich, Leicester. I could go on and on and on. You guys can see right now, live in the flesh, that Wolves have a really, really good fixture on, man. So for me, if I'm taking out Kai Havertz, I'm looking at some Wolves players, man. I'm looking at Cunha, I'm looking at Strand Larsen. If you don't want to go to a Wolves player, or maybe you've already got Strand Larsen or you've already got Cunha, I'd be looking at Raul Jimenez, because I think he's a really good long-term option. The fixtures do get a bit tricky from game week 13 to 16, but because Raul Jimenez is so cheap, you could, again, it depends on what your team setup is like, but ideally, you'd want to be in a place where you could sort of bench Raul Jimenez for the tough games against like Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool, and then start him for Brighton, and then Southampton, bench him for Chelsea, and then start him in the good fixtures here. But yeah, if you get Raul Jimenez in, just make sure to sort of have good bench cover so you can bench him in the tough games. But yeah, they're my favourite replacements for Havertz at the moment. Is Garnacho a good addition to the team? Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind Garnacho, man. United are really, really bad going forward, though. But I think the fixtures, I prefer it from game week 11 onwards. Not so much. I don't mind it from game week 9, but I think the best time to bring in Garnacho is game week 11 to 13. But overall, I don't think it's a bad pick, no. Would you downgrade Van de Ven to a 4 million defender to fund Jota to Foden? I have the funds. I could do Gabriel instead, but I got him at 6 mil now, 6.3. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I would keep Gabriel, especially when you've got that much money tied into him. I don't mind downgrading Van de Ven to a 4 mil defender to fund Jota to Foden. I actually think that's a good idea. As long as it's not for a hit, I think that's a good idea. I would do that. Yeah, I think I would do that. Start Sells or Sanchez? I would be starting Sells. I think Newcastle could nick a goal. Newcastle have got a fully fit team. They've got Isaac, Gordon. I think they can hurt Chelsea. I expect Chelsea to dominate the ball, dominate possession. I expect Newcastle to try and hit them on the transition. And I think with the players that Newcastle have, they can score. They can definitely score against Chelsea, man. And Chelsea's defence isn't that great. It's better than it was last season, but it's not great. So yeah. Will I be watching the Leicester Nottingham Forest game? Yeah, most likely. Yeah, I will be. Yeah, I will be. Yeah, I should be watching that game. 8 o'clock kickoff. Yeah, I'll be watching that game. Not on stream though. I won't be streaming it, but yeah. I don't recommend buying Foden right now. If you already had him like me, then it's okay to hold. Still not a guaranteed start. Yeah, I do agree with that, to be fair. I do agree with that to an extent. If you don't have him, I guess it's not ideal to buy him, but if you've got him, you hold him. But the thing is, if you don't go for Foden, for example, the thing is, in this case, for Edsy, instead of going for Jota to Foden, could you do a Jota to Palmer? But the thing is, Palmer's quite a bit more than Foden, so I'm assuming you don't have the funds. But again, Palmer would be the much more safer pick. Foden is the riskier pick. But yeah. I could downgrade Areola instead, but Verbruggen has 2 difficult fixtures after Wolves. To be fair, I think personally, I think you're wasting your money with Areola in the team, man. I think we've gathered enough information on West Ham to know that they're a poor defensive team. Really, really poor defensive team. Lopetegui has them playing some horrible football, to be honest with you. So I think actually downgrading Areola is probably the better option. Because like I said, I think we've just seen enough from West Ham, and they are just so poor defensively. So poor defensively. So yeah, if you could actually downgrade Areola instead, I would actually do that. You could downgrade Areola to just a 4 million keeper, I guess. The thing is, even though Verbruggen does have 2 difficult fixtures, at least there's potential for him to rack up the save points, right? Against the likes of Liverpool, against the likes of Man City, you know he's going to be tested a lot. So even if he does concede, you're at least most likely going to get some points from making saves. Whereas Areola, yeah, he's got... who does he have? He's got Nottingham Forest, which is a good fixture on paper. But like I said, I think we've seen enough from West Ham to know that they're just a really, really bad defensive team. So he could concede and not make a lot of saves. Whereas Verbruggen will most likely concede but make a lot of saves. So I think you just play Verbruggen in a tough games that he's got, to be fair. And downgrade Areola. Because I think Areola is a waste of money, man. I actually think he's a waste of money. Bro, you have great content, underrated FPL content creator. Hey, thank you so much, Z Mackie. I appreciate it a lot, man. Thank you so much for the support, bro. Much love, man. Appreciate it, man. Start Konate or Aina. I would start Aina this week. I'd start Aina. Yeah, I'd start Aina. Nottingham Forest defense is really good. And on paper, Leicester is a good fixture. I know it's away from home, but I think Liverpool are also away from home, so I would start Aina. If I had a Nottingham Forest defender this week, if I had like a Bournemouth defender or a Brentford defender this week, I would be starting them probably above Konate, or even Nuri. Probably Konate, to be fair. Probably Konate. Start Buonanotte or Raul. I'd start Raul Jimenez personally. I have Flecken, Gavardia, Lewis, Konza, Rogers, Johnson, and Mbeumo, Palmer, Wissa, Haaland, and Watkins. I got 2 free transfers. Who do you think I'm missing? So Flecken I like, Gavardia, yep, Lewis, yep, Konza, that's good. That back line is looking top. Then you got Rogers, nice, Johnson, nice, and Mbeumo, nice, Palmer, nice, Wissa, nice. Bro, I can't lie. You don't need to make a transfer with that team. I think you just rolled the transfer, bro. Honestly, I think that team looks really, really strong. Really, really strong for this week. I'm not gonna lie. I think I could get a red arrow this week. I'm missing Watkins. I'm missing Rogers. I think these 2 players could hurt me, especially because I'm not too confident on Solanke. I'm not too confident on Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and I'm Smith Rowe. I don't know. I'm like 50-50 with Smith Rowe, but I just feel like if Calvert-Lewin, Smith Rowe, and Solanke don't deliver, I could be in big trouble, man. I could be in big trouble. Big trouble. Thoughts on selling Ray to Flecken to fund Saka to Palmer? For me, I don't think I personally don't think Ray is the one to sell to fund money to Saka to Palmer. I mean, because Saka might not play and because the fixtures are pretty tough for Arsenal, I guess to be fair, I think, you know what? I think you do it, you know. It depends, man. It depends what the other players in your team is, but I think you do it because if Saka doesn't play this week, then that is a big miss for your team, right? A big miss. And then if he is fit, it's Newcastle away for game week 10 and then Chelsea away. And Palmer, I think in game week 10 has got Manchester United away from home, I believe. Man United away from home. So, and then Flecken's playing against Ipswich and Bournemouth next 2 games. No, Ipswich and Fulham. And then Bournemouth. So I think you do it, to be fair. I think you do it just because Saka is so much of a risk. Why do I still have Raya? I've had Raya since game week 1, man, and he's been really, really good for me. And I want an Arsenal defender. I want an Arsenal defender long term. So yeah, I'm just sticking with Raya, man. I've had him since game week 1, and I plan to just keep him for the entire season, to be honest. For the entire season. So yeah, I don't really want to be making transfers on my goalkeeper. Yeah, it's not really what I want to be doing. I think I just plan to keep Raya and call it a day. Keep Raya and play him through every single game. Don't think about benching. And that's another thing that I like about owning Raya, is that I don't really have to I don't get these benching headaches, right? When you own sort of Saliba, Gabriel, you might want to rotate them in and out of your team when they've got tough games. But with Raya, you're just forced to play him week in, week out. So yeah, man, that's why I just like Raya, man. I don't have to think much. I don't have to think much at all. Hey, bro, I transferred Saka to... Oh, Son. Damn. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Because, yeah, Son is unlikely to play. That is unfortunate. I have Gabriel in defence, so I would still have an Arsenal asset. Yeah, that's fair enough then. In that case, I would do it. As long as it's not for a hit, then I would do it. That makes sense. If you've got Gabriel, then for me, that's a no-brainer. Especially with Saka being a doubt for the weekend. That's a no-brainer for me. Yeah, that makes sense. By the way, guys, make sure you get them teams locked in, man. We've only got 7 minutes until the deadline, I believe. Deadline is 6:30. Yep, 7 minutes. 7 minutes till the deadline. Make sure you guys lock in them teams. Make sure you guys do smash a like on the stream if you're watching on YouTube as well. Appreciate everyone being in the chat, man. It's been a good stream, man. I've enjoyed talking to you guys. So yeah, make sure you do smash a like on the stream. Subscribe as well if you haven't already. And yeah, man, I need to make sure my team is locked in. Yep, Haaland captain and Mbeumo vice captain. Happy days. I'm actually going to bench Mikalenko, man. I got Smith Rowe, so yeah, cool. My team's ready, man. My team is ready. My team is ready. Saka and Pedro Porro to Palmer and 8 Nuri for a -4. Ay. For a -4. For a -4. I'm going to say yes because, again, I just don't know if Saka plays. If I knew Saka was going to play, I'd say no, don't do it. But because we don't know if Saka's going to play, I just say, yeah, do it for a -4. But again, I could be wrong, guys. I could be wrong because Bukayo Saka could play. But again, I just don't know. It's a guessing game. And that's the worst thing about Arteta, man. He's so annoying for press conferences because he just never gives us a definite answer. He always leaves us sort of guessing whether the player's going to start or not. But in that case, in your case, I just do it, man, for a -4. Yeah, I just do it, man. Get Palmer in now. Get 8 Nuri in now for a -4 and just call it a day. Honestly, call it a day. Garnacho or Trossard? Garnacho for me. I'd be going for Garnacho, bro. I'd be going for Garnacho over Trossard. Loving Fantasy Football says, hey Ryan, I asked about Foden and Garnacho earlier in the stream. I'm going for Foden, but should I wait till game 11 for Garner or get him in now for a hit? Oh no, don't get him in now for a hit. I would wait to game week 11 for Garnacho. I think ideally the time you want to bring Garnacho is game week 11, right? Leicester at home, Ipswich away, and Everton at home. I don't think it's worth bringing a hit for a player that plays for a poor attacking side in Manchester United. So I would wait for Garnacho. Wait till game week 11, in my opinion. Where are you from, bro? You sound a bit Caribbean. Hey, that's actually kind of funny. Yeah, I am Jamaican. So yeah. But I live in London, South London, but my family's from Jamaica. So yeah. Do you think Danny Welbeck will be fit for Saturday's game? I don't know if he's going to make it because, again, I watched a press conference from Hertzler and he said that Danny Welbeck did train, I believe, but he said he's not going to, rush players back from injury. So because of that, I don't know if he's going to play. I don't know. It's a gamble. If you don't have Danny Welbeck in your team, I wouldn't be bringing him in. If you've got him in your team, I guess you could start him and then ideally just be prepared for him to not be in the squad or be benched and not get any minutes. But if I had to give you just a yes or no answer, I'd say no. I don't think Danny Welbeck is gonna play. But like I said, I could be wrong. 4 minutes now, guys. 4 minutes till the deadline. Wow. By the way, TikTok, if you're in the TikTok chat, make sure you head over to the YouTube live stream. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Gonna have to plug it one more time real quick. FPL Ryan on YouTube. Yeah, make sure you guys do head over there. Shall I do Saka for Foden? It's gonna cost me 4 points. Nah, I wouldn't do it for a hit. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't do it for a hit. Why are you starting Kanate over Ibu? Ibu is Kanate. Oh, you meant Mikalenko. Alright, cool. In that case, I'm starting Kanate over Mikalenko because I've got Smith Rowe and I just don't really want my attacker playing against a defender. I've got no Arsenal attacker, so I'd rather just sort of try and maximise my points, I guess. So yeah, and I do kind of think that Fulham will score. I'm being honest, I do think Fulham will score. I think Everton also might possibly be without Branthwaite. And I also do think there's been a slight minor improvement with their defence, but I still think they are vulnerable to conceding chances. And I think, you got Ra Jimenez in form. Fulham going forward are not too bad. So I think Everton will concede. So I just thought, yeah, might as well bench Mikalenko since I'm starting Smith Rowe. Trossard replacements. Ooh, how much is Trossard again? I actually forgot. I've actually not looked at really bringing in Trossard too much this season. 6.9. 6.9. I guess you could go to like a Brennan Johnson at 6.7. You could go to Alejandro Garnacho. You could go to Morgan Rogers. I'd probably say Morgan Rogers if you're able to rotate him in and out of his tough games. Like, get Rogers in now, maybe play him against Spurs, but then bench him against Liverpool, start him against Palace, bench against Chelsea, and then play him for these 3 games here. But yeah, off the top of my head, they are the plays that I would go for. You could go for Dwight McNeil as well. There's quite a few players, man. There is actually quite a few players. You could go for a Matoma. I don't mind a Matoma, but the thing is it depends if you've got a good bench or not. Because if you don't have a good bench, then I would stay away from Mitoma because you've got Liverpool and then Man City. But yeah, my top three would be Rodgers, Brennan Johnson, and Garnacho. If Haaland blanks, am I getting rid of him? No. Because I don't think Haaland will blank anyway. But I think Bournemouth and Brighton as the next two games are really, really good. So, yeah. Do you have a... wait, hold on. But Fulham could score and Liverpool probably have a higher chance of a clean sheet than Everton, to be honest. Yeah, I agree about that. I actually agree about that. And do you have a mini league? If so, what's the code I'd like to join? Yes, I do have a mini league. Let me quickly check the code. FPL Ryan administer. No. Oh yeah, this is the code here. F1MUII. Yeah, take like a screenshot of that or take a picture of that code there. But yeah, that is my league code. Oh, right, there we go. Deadline's done. Deadline is done. We're locked in. We are locked in, chat. We are locked in. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, we're locked in. The final bots. Is there a prize for the mini league? No prize. It's like a free to join league, and it's just a league for vibes. Yeah, there is no prizes for it, unfortunately. There's quite a lot of people in that league, though. I think there's about 1.5k people, 2,000 people in that league, I think. But yeah, that's it, man. We're done now. We're done. We're locked in. We are locked in. Chat. It's been a good stream, man. I've enjoyed this one. Oh, it's been a good one, man. I've enjoyed this stream. Am I feeling confident? I'm not too sure. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not too sure how confident I'm feeling. My team's disappeared now. That's quite annoying. But yeah, let me see if I can get my team up. But yeah, man, we didn't end up using the triple captain on Haaland. No triple captain on Haaland. I think I'm gonna save it for a double game week. Phil Foden, hopefully he bangs. Hopefully I get a green arrow. Like I said, I'm not feeling too confident, but we'll see how this week goes, man. We'll see how this week goes. Code, bruv, repeat it. The code for my mini league is F1MUII. F1MUII. That is a code for my mini league. Ray says nice. Hang on. Sean says, yo, is Maddison starting? I believe Maddison will start. Yeah. But again, I don't know that for sure. I mean, the game's on Sunday as well, so we're definitely not going to get any leaks. Nice stream, bruv. Take care. Hey, big ups to you, Ray. Appreciate you tuning into the stream, man. And good luck for this week. I hope you have a good week, man. Yeah, that is the code for the league. But yeah, how's everyone feeling about their team for this week, though? Is everyone feeling confident? I'm like semi-confident, man. I'm semi-confident. But we're done now, man. We're locked in, man. So there's not much I can do. I'm feeling a lot better for my team next week. Next week. Just saw this and forgot deadline was today, so forgot transfers. Oh no, that is a stinker. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm actually sorry. I just got Mbeumo. Is that good? Yeah, I think that's good. I played triple captain. Wish me luck. Hey, good luck, man, and good luck to everyone that used the triple captain on Erling Haaland this week. Hopefully it goes well for you guys. Man. Hopefully it goes well for you guys. It's a good fixture. Man. He's surely got to deliver now, right? Surely. He can't blank again. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna blank again, man. Surely not. But yeah, guys, anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. Now. That's gonna be it for the deadline stream. Big ups to the chat, man. Thank you both TikTok and YouTube for tuning into the live stream. Hope you did enjoy it. Smash a like on the live, both TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, man. FPL Ryan on YouTube. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys on Sunday for my reaction video where I hope I will have a green arrow. Let's see what happens, man. But yeah, the final boss says, is 2 goals enough for a triple captain? Yeah, I think so. I think 2 goals minimum is good enough. But yeah, let's see, man. Let's see what happens. But yeah, guys, yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you all for tuning into the stream. As I said, big ups TikTok, big up YouTube. I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace out. Right, that's the TikTok one done. Right, cool. YouTube, thank you so much for joining, man. And yeah, I'm gonna call it a day here as well. Take care, everyone, man. Take care.